Faul stands by the payphone near the fire exit, having just finished dialing the station to bring around a squad car. His eyes catch an empty denim drawstring bag perched on a stack of chairs, ideal for stashing the encyclopedia volumes he lugged from the bar. A light tap on the shoulder prompts Faul to turn around, only to meet a left hook that lands squarely against his jaw, sending him crashing to the floor.
Nous nous retrouvons encore, lieutenant.
Bruno declares, shaking the tension from his left hand after the blow. Faul gazes up from the floor, a wry smile creeping across his face.
Ah, my own little joie de vivre. Hey there, you big rock baboon. Bruno, was it?
Never caught your name. Just how long do you plan to keep using the lieutenant's body as a meat suit?
Bruno demands, gripping Faul by the layers of his clothing. Trench coat, jacket, thin button-up shirt, and even the tie knotted tightly around his neck.
You may look like him, even sound like him, but I can smell you're still in there.
Look, we don't want any trouble here, do we?
Faul asks, pushing himself up with Bruno's rough assistance.
I just need to ask the ladies backstage a couple of questions, that's all.
Yeah? Well, I've got a few questions of my own, Lieutenant.
Yeah, well, I've got one too. What's your deal, man? Why are you so hell-bent on us squaring off? I haven't done anything to you.
Faul retorts, jerking free from Bruno's grip. Faul then speaks, firmly but quietly, just for Bruno's ears.
Fucking Sandry, looks like all you want to do is fight, fight, fight. We don't want any trouble here.
Okay, dear reader, apologies. I ought to explain Sandry. Well, short version for the uninitiated. They are the beings who inhabit the desert-like wasteland that exists here in the Dimlands proper, before the Bliss-morphic resonance field came along and morphed everything. The Rogue Queen and her peeps are called Sandry. The order of which Faul is a member came up with that name. So talk to them if you have any more questions about that.
Let's say I believe you.
Bruno says, lowering his voice and glancing over his shoulder at the clientele. No one seems the slightest bit interested in the drama unfolding at the payphone.
If you're truly not wanting any trouble, then why were you running? And flying cars aren't exactly nothing. Wouldn't you agree, Lieutenant?
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Faul responds, recalling the persona he's portraying.
I am the lieutenant, aren't I?
Yeah, but I know you're lurking in there, hiding like a coward. Come out, you swabby-ass hoodlum.
Look, when someone like you starts chasing them, I'm betting a lot of people run, don't they?
Faul asks, rifling through the pockets of his own trench coat for a pack of cigarettes. Gotta buy some time, Faul thinks, finally locating a pack. With a quick jerk, he pops a cigarette from the top and snatches it with his free hand. Suddenly, a burly hand appears before his face, holding a familiar Zippo lighter. Faul, bracing for another punch, flinches, only to see the flame ignite.
Thanks. And thanks for not clocking me again,
Faul says, puffing to light his cigarette. He carries the duffel over to the bar and adds,
Truce, then? Détente?
With the likes of you?
Bruno asks, following Faul.
Look, whoever's inside there, all I know is you're not from around here, pal. That means I've got a duty to turn you over to the authorities. But you threw a monkey wrench into the works. You are the authorities, or so you seem to be.
He lights a cigarette of his own, snapping the lighter closed with a quick flick of his wrist.
Let's cut through the bullshit, okay? You're from elsewhere, which means you're awake.
Awake? Is that how you see us? Here's your awake. Granted, man.
Faul retorts, brandishing the D volume of the encyclopedia.
D is for detective and dope. Look it up.
Bruno brushes the book aside, his focus unwavering.
You know damned well what I'm talking about. Awake? What are you? Awake and stupid.
I'm just here to ask the two ladies a few questions about a...
Bruno won't let him veer off topic.
Forget that. You know what's going on around here, same as me. I can tell. You've got that look. I've seen your kind around here before.
Because you're awake too, I suppose, right?
Faul asks, feigning a light-hearted tone, though genuine curiosity flickers beneath.
And how many others are awake? Is Rochelle awake? Ninenshu? Carmel? Could she be awake too?
Look, I know because it's my job to know.
As a cabbie?
Faul asks, turning to head back to the payphone.
Hey, pal, don't get cute with me.
Bruno says, trailing after him.
I've got a knack for reading types like yours, and I already know your trouble. So, what's with the smirk, tough guy?
It's just remembering something one friend said about another friend.
Faul replies, thoughts drifting to his brethren back at the tower.
Harry was talking about Manny, and he said, Manny, he's kind of like a bad rocket. Instead of propellant, he's just full of repellent. That kind of reminds me of you, that's all.
He pulls the drawstring of the duffel tightly and slings it over one shoulder.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to attend to.
With a quick step to the side, he opens the fire exit door. The lights of a squad car flash outside the swan song as if on cue. At least their sirens off, Faul thinks, trying to console himself. Gotta move fast.
Bruno, listen. Now, we can do this the hard way, with chaos.
Faul says, gesturing toward the patrons seated in the front of the house, those in the performance area, the bar, and beyond.
Or we can do this the easy way, with order. So, big guy, which do you prefer?
He nods toward the flashing lights, reflecting off the brick wall across the alley. Faul has no intention of dragging the shady clientele of the swan song into this mess, and he's counting on Bruno to feel the same way. It's a bluff, sure, but it's the only card he's got left to play.
You've got the nerve. To talk to me about order?
Bruno asks, stepping forward to close the door, shielding the patrons from the flickering lights outside. They'd know soon enough, he figures.
All I wanted was order from the moment we met, you puppeteer. How about you finally give me your name?
Lieutenant Damon.
Your real name.
Bruno demands, stepping closer so that he towers over Faul. He then forces himself to smile and adds,
Give me something to work with here. We can call it trust building.
Faul, the name is. Faul.
Faul? You've got to give me more than that to work with, pal.
In truth, there is nothing more Faul can tell him, but he knows the big galoot won't accept amnesia as an answer. So he grabs the first thing that pops into his mind.
Fine, it's Faul. Faul Revere. Satisfied?
And I suppose that squad car is full of British?
It's Mac Artaine. Faul Mac Artaine.
Where the hell did that come from? Faul wonders. Must have been some spur-of-the-moment stream of consciousness thing, he thinks.
Mac Artaine. Sounds Scottish or Irish or something.
Shall we, laddie?
Faul asks, gesturing toward the squad car.
Okay, puppeteer. We'll try it your way.